Hello everyone, and welcome back to our yearly roundup of all the weird news that has happened in 2023. I'm back today with a few more weird tales from the year just past. This isn't your usual news roundup, this is strictly the stuff that makes you go, what? As quite frankly, the regular news is far too depressing and genuinely terrifying. So instead, we'll be exploring a few lighter, weird and wonderful stories that may have not made it into the regular newspaper. Now, that's not to say that these stories don't dally with the dark side, because they most definitely do, but there's also some light-hearted strangeness too. But don't worry, if anything is going to be hideously awful, then I'll give you a heads up first. So with a disclaimer out of the way, let's jump into June. Before we kick off today's stories, if you are new here, then hi, my name's Nikki and I make podcasts, videos and TikToks about all sorts of weird stuff. So if you're into that, which I have a sneaking suspicion you might be, then please hit subscribe so we can hang out together again. And if you're not new here, then welcome back, old fiend. Nice to see you again. Have you ever wished you could go to sleep one night and wake up younger the next day? Well, for those living in South Korea, they went to sleep one night and woke up 2 years younger the following day. The age reduction has occurred as a change to the laws in South Korea, which have affected the way age is counted. The new regulations mandate the adoption of the international method of age counting, replacing the traditional South Korean approach. Previously, South Korea commonly used a system where individuals were considered 1 year old at birth, with an additional year added every January the 1st. However, since the early 1960s, the international standard calculates age from 0 at birth, adding a year on each birthday for medical and legal purposes. Despite this, many South Koreans had continued to adhere to the traditional age calculation method in various aspects of their everyday lives. So eventually, to make sure there was no more confusion, the international way of measuring age was adopted and put into law. We anticipate that legal disputes, complaints and social confusion that have been caused over how to calculate ages will be greatly reduced, said Minister of Government Legislation Lee Wan-kyu during a briefing a few days after the change. In a government survey conducted in September 2022, 86% of South Koreans expressed their intention to adopt the international age system in their everyday lives once the new laws came into effect. Choi Hyun-ji, a 27-year-old office worker in Seoul, shared, "I was about to turn 30 next year under the traditional Korean age system, but now I have some more time earned, and I love it. It's great to feel like you're getting younger." Despite the overall changes, there are still some old holdovers to the previous age system, which will remain in place. The system used for conscription, school entry, and determining the legal age for drinking and smoking is still computed from 0 at birth, with a year added on January the 1st, sticking to the old way age was calculated, which I'm sure will make things really clear and not confusing at all. Authorities have indicated that this method will persist, at least for the time being. So if you've ever wanted to go back in time to your younger self, try moving to South Korea and you'll knock off 2 years. Talking about gaining years back has made me think about how it's always nice to get something for free, particularly when there's money involved. So if you'd like to get a little surprise back in your bank account, you'll want to stick around for this next message. Okay, so we all know Christmas is coming, and that means it's time to stock up on presents and buy some great gifts for your friends and family. But what if I told you there was a way you could earn some of that money back via cashback, saving you money so you can spend it on the person that means the most, which is you. Let me introduce you to QUIDCO, the place where you can get more from your shop. If you're looking to save money over the Christmas period, and aren't we all, then QUIDCO has got your back. If you're spending the money anyway, you may as well get some back. There's no catch, just cold, hard cash in your pocket, which you can transfer to an Amazon gift card or get it paid straight back into your bank account to spend on whatever you like. It's your money after all. If you head to QUIDCO, you can search all your favourite brands and you're one click away from earning cash back on all of your purchases. From fashion to beauty to even takeaways and groceries, you can get money back every time you spend, which is a literal bonus at this time of year. They even have a countdown to Quidmas event, which every day reveals an exclusive deal with a huge brand. So far, there have been deals from brands like Fortnum & Mason and Nike, just to name two heavy hitters. And believe me, I've seen the list of who is coming up on the calendar, and you're going to want to check it out every day to help you with your Christmas purchases, because there are some incredible deals, and you can also combine it with the offer that I've got for you. As we approach January, if you're anything like me, you might be looking to do a little bit of a personal overhaul on your own finances. And that's where I found QUIDCO to be really useful, as when I've switched insurance providers in the past, they've paid me cash back on that switch. So not only am I getting a better deal on my car insurance, I'm getting cash back too. It's a no-brainer and makes me feel like I am 100% winning at life. The best part is QUIDCO is 100% free to sign up to, and I have an exclusive deal for you too. Head to the link in the description and you can get a fantastic £10 cashback for all new members. But you'll need to be quick, as this is a limited time deal which expires on the 31st of December. But you know what that means? You can use that £10 cashback on a treat for yourself from the Boxing Day sales. I've personally been using QUIDCO for a number of years now, which is why I was so pleased when they asked me to share this deal with you. And you'll be amazed at how quickly your cashback can stack up when you're a regular online shopper like I am. And it's such a lovely surprise to see the money go back into your own pocket. Like I said, there's no catch, and it's a very financially smart thing to do, which you won't regret, because we can all do with getting those extra pennies where we can. Join QUIDCO now for free by using the link in my description, which is very important, or else you won't get your free £10, and start earning cashback today on all your favourite brands. But be quick, because the offer expires on the 31st of December. Happy shopping! Now let's get back into the episode. Next up, we have a weird and wonderful favourite, and that's the annual World's Ugliest Dog competition. The yearly event is held in Petaluma in California, and despite the sensationalist title, the event is held to highlight adoption and rescue centres and to shine a spotlight on many unique dogs which have been saved from euthanasia. This year's winner, 7-year-old Scooter, is a shining example of what can go right when humans help. When the Chinese crested dog, a predominantly hairless breed which sports tufts of fur on its head and tail, was just a puppy, he had problems with his hind legs, which stopped him from being able to walk and run like other dogs. As a result of this, he was added to a euthanasia list at local pound instead of being sold by his breeder. This is where Scooter found his forever home, and his specialist needs were taken care of by his new owner, who loves him for his uniqueness. Scooter, who is a smallish dog, has a tongue which pokes out from the side of his mouth, and when he's going out on walks, he wears a wheeled harness which helps him with his mobility and allows him to keep up with other dogs in the park. His owner, Linda, said he can also walk around on his front 2 legs when he's not in his cart. The judges at the event referred fondly to Scooter as, amongst other things, a hairy hippopotamus, and said he had the power to change the meaning of the word ugly. The competition, which has been running for almost 50 years, sees competition winners walk away with a handsome trophy, a cheque for $1,600, and a free trip to New York City. So, Scooter may be the world's ugliest dog in 2023, But I'm sure we'll be back here again in 2024 to see who takes his crown next year. It's always a dog with its tongue sticking out. It always is. Thanks for joining me for that selection of weird stories. I really hope you enjoyed them, and if you did, there will be more along soon, so make sure you're subscribed or following if you're not already to keep up with the series. If you like the show and what I make in general and want it to continue, then please consider becoming a Patreon supporter like our executive Patreon producers, Amy, Christina, Christophe, Kate, Kevin, Lisa, Mary, Meg, Rose, Sally, Sam, Sarah, Teresa, Terri, V and Veronica, and all of our other patrons too. If you sign up to Patreon, you get access to my other podcast, Having a Problem, which is lots of silly historical-based fun, plus hours of other bonus content too. If you'd rather just send a tip or a little Christmas gift from my Amazon wishlist, then I would massively appreciate that too, and I'll leave all the links in the show notes in case you want to check them out. An enormous thank you for even considering doing any of those things, particularly when I know things are tight for a lot of people, so it really does mean the world to me, and I'm always amazed people want to help me create this creepy empire we can all call home, and it feels very good to know that you do, and I feel very much appreciated, so thank you. There's of course all the free things too, such as sharing the show around, telling your friends and reposting my social media posts, which are all more helpful than you know. Let's make 2024 the year I am able to do this full time, please. That's what's on the vision board, and you're a huge part of making that dream come true. Thank you for joining me for this episode. I've been Nikki Druce. Remember to stay spooky, and I'll see you ghouls next time for July.